On this episode of the podcast, we sit down with Antoine Smith, co-owner of Big Fellas here in Syracuse. We discuss his entrepreneurial journey, the growth of the Big Fellas brand, and what it takes to run a successful restaurant, and how balancing creativity with strong systems creates a scalable business. Antoine also shares his approach to discovering and planning for his next great meal. I hope you enjoy it. When did you make it out to Colorado? So you said you were there for 10 years. Is that like
so
kind of when
it was
you're
like
as an adult?
Yeah, like 2015, still adult, yeah. So I'm
Okay.
39, so 27, I guess, 28.
Okay. Were you in Virginia up to that point?
Yep.
Cool.
I was in Virginia the whole time. Went to VCU in Richmond.
Nice.
I'm from that area for the most part. Like I was born in Baltimore, but I lived pretty much my whole life in Virginia.
Okay.
So
Richmond had made a good run. So a guy from West Tennessee, where I went to high school, he's a head coach, lacrosse coach.
okay.
And Richmond was they might have been number one at one point. They're definitely number two. And they ended up getting knocked out, I think, in the quarterfinals. But they were, they kind of weren't much of a program for a while. And then he
Yep.
got there and they've gotten better and better. And they're beating like Virginia and all these top schools.
That's
and
cool.
they were a top program. And I think he plans on staying. I think they're like building a stadium there, a lacrosse stadium.
Okay.
So they're making quite a push for top program, which is
That's
cool.
good, guys. Stick with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you do, you know.
And it's a like perfect location too. It's like just far south enough that for the lacrosse season, it's always a gripe up here that February
Oh, yeah.
is like not a time to play
Definitely
lacrosse
not.
outside.
No.
It's freezing. I played at Albany before I transferred to Syracuse. Syracuse, at least you're playing inside.
Yeah.
At Albany, we would literally be shoveling the fields an hour before the practice
goodness.
to then practice, and you're just freezing. Like it just makes lacrosse not fun. You don't want to be outside like that. So yeah, you moved to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
What be just a change? Is that what brought you out there?
Just change scenery, something different, I had a couple friends that lived there, and I just had to you can't thrive in your hometown, in my opinion. I mean, some can, but most can't.
Yeah.
So it was just time for me to get away so I could focus more. When you're at home, you gotta do birthday parties for every person and all that stuff. Like, there's not enough focus time at that point to where, like, I'm in Colorado, it's just me, my family, we work, figuring it out. So I liked it because it gave you way more focus than you could ever have being at home.
Yeah. That's a good point. I've never really heard anyone say that, but being someone who moved away I was gone for 7 years down in Texas, you're right. Like it's just you. I mean, it's always nice to know a couple people. Like you said, you knew a couple
Yeah.
friends, have a couple contacts.
That's all you need.
Exactly. Just to kind of get you going. But then from there, especially being in a big city, it's like go to a grocery store. I never knew anyone.
Yep.
Even though I was coaching these programs, it's such a big city and I was in like one part of it. And then coming back home, it's like, right, your birthday parties, going to a grocery store, I went to high school with him. Oh,
Yep.
I know her. It's like, which is like, has its positives,
Yeah, it
but
definitely
it was
does.
nice to get away to really focus and kind of build myself and my career and everything to then come back. That I have family, I have kids, their grandparents, my parents are here. So, but yeah, that's a good point. So you kind of got away to focus. Did you know you were going into the culinary business?
No, I definitely didn't even start there. I started with the legal marijuana side first, and then that wasn't for me either anymore. So I gave it up. And then
What did you do for legal marijuana? Like were you dispensary? Oh,
yeah,
you're growing.
I was actually a consultant to the growers. You know what I mean? Because I know how to grow very, very well. So I just taught like failing farms how to grow their weed better, essentially. And
What were they doing wrong?
It just depends on the place.
Yeah.
Like to grow weed correctly, there's a lot to it. The atmosphere is probably the biggest, and the amount of heat that comes from the lights. You know what I mean? You got to be able to calm that down very well somehow with some kind of air filtration or something, just depending on where you're at. Some places are high humidity, low humidity. You want humidity around 60%. That's just the start. Then the food, what food they're giving it to, how much ppms it has, which is parts per million. Like that's how much food you're basically putting into it from the natural water that was at the beginning. And then from there, still, there's so much more like curing and everything else that can get done wrong, especially when you do it to scale compared to like a little one. So just a little.
I always thought, I guess naively that, marijuana, weed, it's almost like a weed, like it's pretty resilient. as in like it was relatively easy to grow,
Oh no,
but apparently not.
no.
But yeah, the more I've talked to people, there's a lot. I mean, when you say you would help them like grow the ideal flower, or just to like actually have a crop that's something you could
way
use.
worse. No, I mean you could. All right, so anyone can grow and it can be smokable. Yes.
Okay.
That's not going to change. But is it to where you sell a lot of it at a high quality?
Consistent, probably, right?
Yes. You know what I mean? Building that and making sure that you're getting what you deserve from the money you put in.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the balance came and made it hard, because eventually the price, I don't know if I've ever seen anything in America that has continuously straight declined from the price it was 20 years ago to where it is now.
Marijuana?
Yes, it's by far
Like
the
legal
cheapest.
marijuana, or just like
Both,
in general?
because the legal market had to fight to stay in business with the illegal market. All right, so if these guys over here are selling, let's just say $2,000 pounds, right?
Yeah.
What is making everyone come here for $3,000 pounds? So they had to match it, and they had to keep matching. So then they just kept going lower and lower and lower, to where now some people can get pounds for $400, which is crazy.
Legally?
Illegally. But
what would it cost legally?
Legally, I mean, in Colorado, because Colorado, California definitely had to drop their prices the most. And I would say there, $1,500, sometimes $800, just depends. You know what I mean? That's legal, where if you go back to 20 years, these same pounds were 5,000-6,000. You see what I'm saying? That's such a huge difference. And the quality, yes, has gotten a little weaker, because with the price going down, you want to grow easier strains. You don't want to grow the difficult stuff, because you want to guarantee you make what you make. So that's where it differs.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. My brother did a little time out in Humboldt, California.
Oh yeah.
And they called it, like, they were there, I guess it would have been like early 2010s, late, that's 2009, 2008, that time. And like from kind of that time and before that, they called the Green Rush.
That's the best time you could ever be.
Yeah, because people are just going out there, joining a farm and making hundreds of thousands of dollars cash, because it wasn't quite legal yet, but it was supplying like 80% of the U.S. at one point.
Exactly.
And, they were just clipping and growing. And, obviously it was illegal. But at that point, California wasn't that strict anymore. It was only the feds that would maybe come in, but it was hard for the federal government to go up in the hills of California to do anything.
Keep coming up, yeah.
So, but now it's not like that. Obviously, it's legal, and as you're saying, it's kind of been almost a race to the bottom.
Yes.
Where do you think? I mean, I guess because we're talking about it, what do you think the trajectory is of just legal, illegal? Like,
I think it's over.
You think it's kind of saturated?
I don't think it could ever go back up. Being the good people that were doing it gave it up. So the best people growing probably never grow again. But the good thing about those people, they were probably the smarter people, so they could do something else.
Do you think they're just used to making so much money that now it's not worth their time?
Yeah, 100%.
Is that why you got out of it? It was starting to become like that a little bit, or is it just not what you enjoy doing?
It's a little bit of both, but the dispensaries I'm trying to help don't really care about quality at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're just trying to push products.
Exactly. So at that point, you don't really need me anyways. So, and then, I mean, at the same time, we should be striving to be better, not worse.
And you don't want to be part of something that's not caring
not
about the quality. Why you want to put your name to it?
Yes. So that's the biggest point.
Yeah.
But taking all that and still putting it into whatever you're doing is the key. So when I went to food, I've been cooking for a while still. Like, I know how to cook, but never under a hood until about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Maybe even 3, I guess.
Mid-30s, you decided, all right, let's give this a go.
Let's do something else. Well, I'm in Colorado. My barber, his name's Magic. He cuts a lot of celebrities' hairs. I had a guy that was a chef at the University of Colorado cooking for the athletes. Okay, so I wanted to get my barber into cutting all of Dion's people at that point. So that was my goal. So I called my guy. He just asked, basically he asked his executive chef, was it okay? And he said yes. And then they had just got some new players from Florida that wanted a different barber. So it was perfect timing. So we went there. He cut some people's hair as I was with him, and I met with the chef, and my guy knew that I could grow things. So the chef asked me, could I grow microgreens for them? And I was like, I can figure it out. It can't be that hard. So, a couple of weeks later, I figured it out, started doing that for them. Then I started meeting the players while I'm in there, talking to them. Also being with my barber, talking to them. And I hear where there were things where they wanted different types of food. So I picked a few players that live close to me, and I just started cooking for them. And then from there, they started telling more people. And then eventually, one day I'm doing smoked crab legs, which is one of our different things that people don't do very often. And that's where I met my business partner, Eddie Lampkin. He was from Texas, loves smoked food, never had smoked crab legs, but loves crab legs. So he was like, hey, pull up, let me try some. As soon as I pulled up, he got some. He took a nice little video, and I kept making my deliveries. I'd say about 2-3 deliveries in, he calls me. He's like, these things are so good, man. Whenever you're done, just come back. Let's talk. Since then, we've been best friends.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's an easy story.
Yeah.
But it works.
Like growing up, did you just, you cooked for yourself, cooked for your family,
Yeah.
you got familiar with it?
Yeah. So cooking for myself, cooking sometimes like for cookouts and stuff. People usually always at my house when I was in my hometown, I was pretty popular. So we would always cook out, hang by the pools, all that type of stuff. So cooking came natural. But cooking under a hood and making systems is where I had to learn next.
And not until Eddie was kind of like, this is awesome, let's do something here, did you think, all right, maybe we could actually start a business?
No, I mean, I had it in my head already.
Okay.
But he was just the right person to meet at the right time.
What was the first step? I mean, this was in Colorado.
So this is in Colorado. So I meet Eddie probably October-ish of the football season. First season of Dion's time there.
Oh, yeah.
So very electric, everything going on. I'm going to games, everything. And then, like I said, the players, it's more and more. I'm delivering from my house still. Cooking at my house, taking it to them. And then when they leave on winter break, I'm like, it's getting too out of hand. I got to find a kitchen. So I went and I found a commercial kitchen in that time. By the time they came back, I had a whole kitchen in Boulder.
Nice.
This kitchen only really did me, and then they did energy drinks out of it. So it was pretty much my kitchen at that point. Every day, Monday through Friday, I'd post the menu in the morning. They come order, I make their food. They go about their day. And then Eddie came to Syracuse. He got here, he was like, first when I met Eddie, let's go back. When I met Eddie, his first initial thought was, we gotta get a food truck. I'll figure it out. And that's where it started. Then he got here, he realized.
Did you have a food truck in Colorado?
Nope, no food truck.
No, that's just kind of the talks.
Yep, so those are the talks. Then he got here, and he's like, man, I think we should try to do a restaurant out here. I came and visited. I did a little pop-up in one restaurant one night, and we sold out that night. So then that restaurant owner offered me his kitchen, but he would still control the bar. On my way home, I called the wife and let her know we're moving because I liked it. She already knew why I was here, so she trusted it, and we moved about 5 weeks later. When I got here, that owner was starting to act a little weird. I don't know. I can't speak for him, but after that, we just found our own spot. We ran into a guy named Randall Hahn, who owns Pound Town Burgers. And he was starting to help us try to figure out how to get a better space here. And then eventually we stumbled across the location we're in now. He was also trying to help another person start a burger spot. So we decided just to put them together because it was too big for them. So we just worked it out. We split the kitchen in half pretty much, and that's how it works. And then I think that idea actually that we did is something most aren't doing unless you go to a food court. Or sometimes you have these food truck areas where a bunch of food trucks go. But I don't know of anywhere where you can really go into one restaurant. It's two different places. But that caters to so many more people than you think it would.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. Like the Salt City market, right?
Yeah.
There, you get so many more people because you can go as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like everyone has to like one place, right? You have the selection. But so you moved here
After 5 weeks, you visited, you're like, let's do this. You talked to your wife, you moved. I ended up not working out with the initial plan, but it seems like those things tend to happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
And now I'm sure in hindsight, you're like, well, I'm kind of glad that didn't work out because it seems like you guys have a great thing going.
It was a perfect situation.
But was it, I'm sure at the time when things weren't working out, you're like, I just moved across the country.
Nah.
Or were you confident that you figured it out?
I got faith. One thing, strong business people have to be able to solve problems. If you can't solve problems, what good are you as a business owner? So that's never been an issue. So, we just figured it out. We literally started making phone calls right after the guy started to stop answering. Like just making phone calls, calling realtors, starting to look around. And it just came together. Lucky, like I said, with him being an athlete here, it made it a lot easier. People were starting to reach out to us as well because they heard the story. Because when we did the pop-up, the newspaper came, we had an article, so it was well known what we were trying to do. So, with an athlete trying to use his NIL money to fund something bigger than him that we hope to be going longer than he could ever play basketball, that's what made me know it was the right move.
Yeah, that's a cool story. I was reading online that just even having the thought at that age of being like, I want to invest this. I want to get something going because exactly. Basketball players don't play forever.
Exactly.
And this is something that he can start while he's doing well, while he's making money from NIL, and something that, like you said, could go well beyond his playing days.
Exactly.
Did you have any hesitations about moving to Syracuse?
No.
Not even. Did you know anything about it, or you just kind of said, "I'll figure it out"?
Day I was here for 2 days. It didn't matter.
What time of year?
This is right. We're coming. It's sometime in June.
Okay, the best time of year.
Yeah. So good timing. I'd say really right about now.
But you're used to the winter a little bit, being in Colorado
and,
for a bit.
So my wife's family's from Buffalo too. So
okay,
I know what I'm doing, and I'm in
upstate
Colorado,
ties to
so
the family. Yeah,
it's not much different.
So she probably didn't care too much because she's closer to family.
It was perfect for her because of that.
Nice.
And they come visit all the time. They were just here 2 weeks ago, I think. So it's definitely a good thing. And then I'm still closer to Virginia than I was, even though I haven't been really home but one time since I've been here. I definitely believe in working every day.
Are you guys open every day?
Nope.
No.
That don't
But
mean
there's
I
still
don't work
stuff to
every
do
day.
probably when you're not
Stuff to
when
do
you're not
every
open.
single day. I haven't had a day off since July 6th. Not one. I really mean not one. We're talking about Christmas, Thanksgiving, because you still have to prep for the next day. I don't want my employees to do it on those days.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Do you feel burned out?
No.
You enjoy it?
I got a 5-year plan. I'll do this every day for 5 years if I have to.
Then what?
Then I better be good. I better be. If not, I'll keep going.
I would
But
say you got a 5-year plan to probably get it to a point. Are you looking to maybe exit, or are you looking to maybe have a more balanced life?
more balanced life where someone can take my role.
Yeah.
You
could be more the owner, maybe big picture.
Yeah.
Teach people to do what you're doing.
I just want to create, really. I love just creating food. So once I get to that step, I'll be perfect. We're always looking for good people. So the right person comes along, that's their role.
This episode is brought to you by Renewal by Anderson of Central New York. Spring savings are going on right now, and Upstate Impact listeners can receive $750 off 4 windows or more. Just mention Upstate Impact when you call to take advantage of one of the best promotions they offer all year. If your windows or doors are outdated, drafty, or costing you on energy bills, now is a great time to schedule your free consultation. Call 315-422-3500 today. How did you decide what to put on your menu? I mean, there's a ton of different food you could do. I'm sure you've cooked a lot of different things. You don't have like a small menu, but like you probably wanted to choose what you did well and maybe something, carve a little space out here that maybe other people aren't doing. How did you decide on that?
So the pasta we do, which is a way better version than it was in Colorado, that I knew I had to do because I was already kind of known for it. All right. But then I also, you got to remember, I cook for athletes. So that's where the rice bowl came in. I was already doing a rice bowl in Colorado too. I just didn't. The only thing we did different now is you got 10 different meats to choose to put on any of those things, right?
Yeah.
And we're doing the meats the right way. Our steak, our lamb is sous vide. That's Michelin star action right there. Then we have sausage I drive 2 hours to go get every 2-3 weeks. Everything we pick is hand picked. It's nothing that we wouldn't eat every day if we wanted to. And then the fries was all me. I was like, let's do some fries, put some sauce on top of it with any of the meats. We call that our frits. So like you can get a steak and frits or a catfish and frits, sausage and frits, any of our line. And it's basically making a grid of options. But today you can get a rice bowl because you want to be healthy. Tomorrow you want that comfort food. You can get the frits or you can come and get the pasta. On a cold day, you come in and get the pasta. It'll fill you up, make you warm. It's got a little spice to it. Then we do wings, and we do wings the right way. I remember back in Colorado when we were trying to figure out the recipe for wings, because I love chicken, right? But we got to have a perfect wing. So there's nights where me, Eddie, and his best friend are in the kitchen, and I'm just feeding them different types of wings. And I mean, just a little bit change, like
Just
with buttermilk.
testing, like differently.
Yeah, so with buttermilk or with an egg, or we do it with water now. Like we had to base it all out and figure out if you do it with egg, then you're cutting a lot of people out that might not even want it. Buttermilk, kind of the same. I don't like the taste of the buttermilk because it gives it a little tanginess, right? So then in my research, I watch a lot of videos of learning of how to do things. So like for chicken, I probably watched 500 videos. And eventually one day I seen a person doing it where they're dropping it in water. So flour, water, flour, right? And the flour has seasoning, the water has seasoning. So now that's what we do. And it works perfectly. If someone's like a dairy person that they can't have dairy, we're good.
Yeah.
They don't like eggs, we're good. So the water was just perfect. Who would think? Just
Good
water.
point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's obviously it's having that whole creative side of it, but even having the thought of like, all right, if people are lactose intolerant, this will eliminate some of them. It's like, how can we find something that the most people can enjoy, but also taste the best?
Yes.
How often are you doing that? How often are you kind of leaning into the creative side? Obviously, you have a menu that you're confident in that seems to be doing great, but it's almost like you're never really content, right? You're always tweaking, you're always trying different things. How often do you test different things? And is that just naturally, or do you have to set aside time like, all right, guys, once a week, we got to try tweaking this, like, or do you have to make a conscious effort to set that time aside?
So the tweaking of what we already do comes every day. Any day of the week, if someone sees a way or thinks a way it could be better, we're going to try it. Anything that we add to our menu from the beginning, it's pretty much been team approved. If I can't convince my team to eat it, why would I convince you to eat it? So any ideas? Like when we first started, we would take our pasta and we'd have our pasta and put our sauce in, and we'd have to cook it all the way down every single time, right? Now we found another way where it's already closer to ready than that, and that's how we do it. And that's a way better product than cooking it down how we did before.
Just a way quicker turnaround?
Yes.
Okay. Which also is part of the experience, at least for your customer, right? How long are they waiting? How long are they sitting there? How long is they waiting in line because the other person ordered pasta?
Yes.
All things to consider.
It came with a line of consistency that we weren't getting before because every pasta is exactly the same thickness now, where before we're cooking it down each time. This one might not be as thick as this one, right? And then if we're in a rush, maybe they pulled it too fast, which I hope they didn't. But you know what I mean? The consistency when you come in my kitchen it's very consistent every single time, no matter who cooks it. And that to me is where a lot of food chains fail right now.
Yeah. I mean, you think of like the conventional wisdom of that's why a lot of the fast food chains do well is because they're so darn consistent, whether you get a burger in Virginia or New York or Colorado. Yeah, McDonald's, it's always the same thing, right? At least they try to make it the same.
To a degree.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna give you a gem here. I think McDonald's.
I mean, I just use that as an example.
It's your best answer though. Why don't you get a fresh burger at McDonald's every single time? Why does it have to be held?
Price?
Why? They still cooked it.
Yeah.
They're cheating the process. That's my point.
Yeah.
Imagine how good it would be for you if you got a fresh McDonald's burger every time you went. Would you go more often?
Probably.
Exactly. Why are they cheating it? I don't know the answer,
I assume it's from a bottom line perspective. That would be
but
my
it doesn't
guess.
make, it can't be though, because I would go more knowing it's fresh. I don't go because I know I might be good, it might not be good.
Well, you might go, but how the general public, right?
Yes, but
I
no,
don't
but
know.
I mean, everyone, you just said it yourself.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you would think different and maybe go to Five Guys instead.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. I'm
Do you see
much
what I'm
more
saying?
likely to go to Five Guys because of that. You're right.
That's my point. I don't know why they do it, but they'll be tested eventually.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
How was the taste of Syracuse? I know that was what, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
How'd that go
amazing.
for you? Was that your first one? No,
second one.
Second. I would say you were good
Second
last
one,
year.
but way better this time than before. For one, experience is everything. So we learned what to do better the second time. I had my guys all out in the streets, walking up and down, you know what I mean, talking to people everywhere we go, all wearing the same thing so that we all showed a unified front. But the biggest thing that we learned about the area is a lot of people don't seem to want to always come downtown. So a lot of people are talking to us like, oh, we heard of it. Oh, it's right there. So we had to show them, like, it's right here. Come on in. Come see the place. So when they come in, they see the atmosphere we've created as well, where what they see online didn't show them all of that. Most people have said they've seen my stuff on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It looks amazing to them, but they haven't taken the drive. That's the part we're trying to convert and figure out now.
So you guys were posted up right at your store.
Right in
So
front.
you didn't have like a tent or anything.
No, sir.
You were just right
Put
there.
a table right.
Because that's kind of in the mix, right? You're right
Yep.
over on Water and Erie Boulevard there.
So we
Okay.
we actually did on the Erie Boulevard side because there's a stage on the end.
Yeah,
So
that's
there was
right.
a stage on the end of the street.
Yeah.
And then there were still a few food vendors and booths. Red Bull right there as well. Or not Red Bull, Monster right there. And they were all there. So we just put a table right in between and we did our thing.
How did you decide what to offer there? I know you were doing like a $2 or something chicken wing and pasta, right?
Yeah. So the pasta's normal, right? Everyone wants to try that. So that was the thing. But we also do barbecue, like I told you, with the smoked wings or with the smoked crab legs. We do smoked wings. So instead, I put a smoked wing on top of the pasta. So they kind of got a little bit of our barbecue with what we normally do. And then we put a little bit of top sauce on top of it, and they loved it. We sold out. We did, I think, 1,400 wings. They were gone. We made it all the way through Friday, and they were gone within the first hour Saturday. So then we had to switch. And then I decided to go with the chicken and frits, which is just our seasoned fries with whatever meat you want on top, which would have been chicken cutlet, that every day we hand pound out every day, bread them each day in-house. And then from there, we put our top sauce on it. We also put what we call the Ed Ball seasoning on it, which is a powdered sugar mixed with some seasonings on top of the fries that make people go crazy because they think it's going to be weird, but it works so perfectly.
Yeah, I saw Anthony Tringle do like a review, and he's like, "It just works. Trust me."
It just works, yeah. It just
How did you
tastes-
figure that out? Is that just something one of those testing days?
No, that's definitely a research thing, but it came from Eddie actually. One of Eddie's favorite spots is it's called JJ's Fish and Grill, and they do it on their chicken.
Is that down in Texas?
They have some in Texas, they have some in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. So 2 years ago, when he was still in Colorado, they got to the tournament, but they got in as the last four in. So we had to go to Dayton. So we went to Dayton to watch him. He took me there then. I tried it there. They won. Then they went to Indianapolis after that. There was another one there. Tried it again. But this time when I'm there, I'm paying attention more. And then I just did my research. It's not the way they do it. I had to put my own twist on it.
Of course.
But pretty much the same thing. But the seasoned fries matter too. They do like regular fries. I think with the seasoned fries, it gives it a whole different taste.
Yeah, making me hungry.
I got you. Come on by.
Yeah. No, I got to try because it's down the office from where I worked. And I've noticed when I started doing podcasts here, I'm like, what is that place? And the guys here always eat it. And they're like, dude, Big Fellas is awesome. And I was like, and then I started looking on Instagram. That's how I got you on. But sounds like you've been working, like you said, every day. So, I mean, that's what, last June. You haven't taken a day off. Is that just the grind of kind of the restaurant hospitality business, do you think? Or is that just kind of your work ethic or a little of both, as far as what it takes to succeed in like this type of venture?
I would say it's both, but it's me for sure. A lot of my workers even see and they tell me like they never worked for an owner like me. And I've never managed people till now. So it's a good thing to hear. But if you don't give something your all, you're leaving room for failure. In the restaurant industry, I would say 50% probably fail in the first year or two.
Yeah, I think it's probably more than that, right? I think it's like 90%
You know what I mean?
from what I've heard.
So I can't be part of that. So why would I not give it my all? What else do I have to do here? I'm not from here. You know what I mean? I got no family here. That was the key. Like I told you about Colorado.
Yeah.
The key is giving it all. I gave my all there too, though. There's no difference. If you don't, you might not win. And that would be a waste of time. And that's one thing we can't waste. That's the only thing we don't. We can't get back is time.
Was there any point over the last, you've been here how long again? 2 years?
Yeah, pretty much coming up
2
on 2
years.
years. Yeah.
Any point where you're like, I don't know if this is going to work, or has it just been full steam ahead? I know I'm going to do this.
Yeah. No, we're going to do 100 of these. Maybe more than that. Like, the best part about my restaurant is the open kitchen. All right. And I hate it, but it's still the best part. All right. So with an open kitchen, everyone's watching us cook. No one can get frustrated and show it. Everything like when you go into a normal kitchen in the back, people are yelling at each other at times, things go down. We can't do that. But the good side to it being, we get to hear all the feedback right there. Live, like on a podcast, it's live. Every bit of it is right now. So the good food we cook, we find out if it's good or not within minutes. That's good for morale. The team is happy. I'm happy.
Instant feedback.
Yeah. And it works the other way too. If we made a mistake today, we're fixing it right then and there because they can talk to us. They can tell us. I mean, they're literally right here.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about it. And it just makes it work for us.
I think there's something about being a customer too and seeing your food being prepared right there. You know exactly what's going on, what's happening. You see it done, it's coming to you. It's not like, all right, we'll make it and it's just behind doors and then they just pop it out. Like, has this been sitting here? Was it microwaved? Was it cooked? You have no idea.
They never
But when
know.
when you're watching that open kitchen, I mean, that just helps with that whole experience and know that you're eating good food.
Mm-hmm. We don't have no heat lamps, none of that. When the food's done, it's coming to you. I don't like...
How hard is that to balance?
It's not, because they understand. I make sure my employees make sure they understand that if it's a table of 8, this person's gonna get this food, then this person, then that person. Like, it's okay though, but no, you're gonna get the freshest food you could have ever got, every single time, in comparison to most places here, or most places anywhere, to be honest. I'm the type of person, when I go get food, I want it fresh. I don't really eat leftovers. I really don't want to put it in the microwave, that's for sure. So like, even if I went somewhere that was takeout only, I'll probably try it in the car. I might even eat the whole thing in the car. Or I might pull out a chair.
Yeah.
I want to know that I got the food the way they meant for me to have it. Where when you go to McDonald's, you don't get the food that the original McDonald's guy meant for you to have. That's the difference. So, and that'll be in all my business.
Just going to say, as you scale, which I
always
think
be
is
that
your
way.
plan, right?
Yes.
What is the next step? I mean, obviously consistency, how you prepared something is how you want it, whether you have one restaurant or 100 restaurants.
That's correct.
But what's the plan to get there? What is just one by one? I know you were in talks of opening a second place.
Oh yeah, no, we're almost there. But the second one ain't even the same.
Completely different?
Completely different menu.
But still, I mean, you could still have that, pillar of, it's going to be how I want it prepared, right? You still have the same fundamentals. All the dishes might be different, but it's exactly, the same fundamentals of running a good restaurant.
Absolutely. Anything less would be silly. You got to give it your all. It has to be customer thought first. I was a delivery driver for a long time as well, before my Colorado, and a little bit in Colorado when I was bored. But it has to be understood. Like when I first opened this Big Fellas, I made the steak and frits, right? I put it in a bag and I tied it up and I sat it right there. And then I ate it in 30 minutes. Pasta the same, rice bowl the same. Because I want to test to make sure this customer is still getting the same thing with the delivery. Because I understand delivery so well as being a driver for so long. So every aspect has to be fully thought through. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, which leads me back to how you were saying, how did I make my menu? I made it after the whole line was set up first. And then I sat at the front of the line and I drew out every hole on the line of where the cold stuff could be, where all the hot things could be. And then I filled them with understanding that at this area, this guy's at the deep fryer, whatever he needs is right here. This guy's in the middle making the pasta, whatever he needs is right here. And so on and so on. So if it didn't work in that plan, it doesn't work. Because that's how you scale eventually. You can't scale without structure. And that's the same thing for my next restaurant. I haven't even made a menu yet. It's in my head what I want to do, but it has to still fit the flow of the game. If it doesn't fit, we can't do it.
So sometimes you might have an idea of that would be awesome if we could serve this, but it just doesn't make sense for our model.
Then we don't do it.
You don't do it. Yeah, you got to. I mean, I've said this a lot on the podcast, but you can do anything you want. You just can't do everything you want.
Exactly.
So that's one of those things that it's like, if we're going to fit the model of scaling, it needs to fit in this box to an extent.
Absolutely.
What is the plan with number 2?
Tacos,
I know you have it up here, but
it's hibachi and tacos. We're going to do hibachi with a certain amount of meats. I'm not sure how many yet, but some good ones for sure. And then we're going to do some tacos. We're going to do some quesadillas in my head, burritos, hopefully some chimichangas if it works. Taco salads is in my mind. I want to do like kind of our own version of some taquitos that we'll deep fry for sure. Barbecue stuff because I'm going to put the smoker out back because that location I can. So you'll definitely be able to come get some crab legs on special real soon.
where? What location? Downtown?
Oh, nope. This will all be Cicero.
Oh, Cicero. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What made you pick Cicero?
They picked me. The owner, Randall Hahn of Pound Town, he found the spot. So it'll be a dual restaurant again. It'll be Pound Town Burgers, Big Fellas too. And that's how we'll work it. But the smoker, we'll add meats from there as well and figure out, we'll definitely probably do some birria, tacos. I like my tacos more quesadilla-like. Like I want my taco to go and then go on the flat top, get a little crunch on it, then put the stuff in the middle. So we'll have some of those options as well. My first job was Taco Bell, so we're gonna do stuff that's just way better than that, but with their model in mind.
Okay.
Like chalupas are so good.
Yeah.
But imagine putting some real good meat in there.
Cheesy gordita crunch or
Oh
something.
yeah, stuff like that. So
But it would fresh, good.
definitely.
and
We've been working behind the scenes with this one.
That's exciting.
This one should be one. I think this one will be better than the first one.
Are you nervous at all just with scaling like this? Obviously, you're at your place every day. Now you're going to have 2. It's probably going to be hard. I mean, you could go to both. They're not that far, but you can't be at both all day.
No.
You think you have your staff prepared at the original Big Fellas to be able to spend more time up north?
Yeah. So what I've done is, starting about last week, I just stopped going. So today I have not been in a restaurant besides to drop off food. And I watch on cameras, see how they're doing, check the numbers. And the goal is for none of my employees to text me at all, right? They got to go to management for whatever they need, right?
Chain of command, kind of.
Chain of command. But it's the key to it is I'm going to learn what I haven't taught my managers. If they don't have the answer, then they'll come to me. Then I'll give them the answers. What I've learned, like I said, I do a lot of learning online and stuff. And from what I've researched, if you can leave for 2 weeks and go on vacation, things are going to happen. There are going to be problems. But now we're going to know what to fix. So that's essentially what I'm doing, but not from afar.
You're not actually going on vacation.
Nah,
You're just
I ain't got time for
you're
that.
practicing
Yeah, we got work to do.
the process of it.
Yeah. So like even tomorrow I have another kitchen where my smoker is pretty much stays at. And I'm gonna take a couple of my guys for Cicero and we're gonna go there and we're gonna start doing a few things and taste testing and start that. We'll knock that out this week. So I can kind of get my ideas more into fruition and then we'll see where it goes.
That's awesome. Got to ask, for all the amateur cooks out there, what's one piece of advice to make better meals, to prepare better dishes?
Oh, it's easy. Research.
Research.
All right, so
Prepare.
yeah, give me something you want to make tonight.
Stew tacos. You're
All right, what kind of tacos? Do you care?
ground beef usually is what
All
it
right,
is.
all right. So I'm gonna type that in. I'm gonna go to IG. I'm gonna go to my search engine, and the IG For You page. I'm gonna type in beef tacos. Right. I'm gonna watch 20 videos at least. Right. I'm gonna pick out what I love about any of the videos. Whatever I love, I'm taking from it. Whatever looks like, oh, that's what I like to do with my food. I'm gonna take all that. All right. I'm gonna write down a little recipe from that. All right. The next, I'm gonna go to YouTube because YouTube's gonna show me someone cooking it from start to finish. Right. I'm gonna watch 4 or 5 videos that way too, because that's gonna show me the different techniques and things they're doing. I'm gonna put it all together and I'm gonna make you a meal.
That's a good way to leverage social media.
It's a perfect way.
A lot of people like, oh, they'll be scrolling, they'll see, oh, that looks like a good taco recipe. I'll save that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the extent. They don't actually
that's
do
just
the
the
deep
first step, yeah.
dive search of like, all right, I'm gonna watch 20 of these, find what the best one, or a piece from here, a piece from there, little things that I can take and kind of make my own dish.
Absolutely.
I mean, YouTube's obviously great. I feel like YouTube, anyone can do anything now. It's
yeah,
like,
definitely.
but even leveraging like Instagram like that, that's a pretty interesting way to do it. That's pretty cool.
Instagram's good because it has more of the viral things. Everything you see me cook, you're gonna like it because it looks good. It's gonna taste good too, but I'm gonna attract you just off the look. And that's the key to social media food in general. It looks good, it wants you to try it. And then you try it and it should deliver. You've won.
Do you think social media has made a bigger push for restaurants to make their meals more like aesthetically pleasing in that way?
Yes, and it should be.
You think that's part of just the experience?
Yeah, you want this plate to come out and you be like, oh wow, like this.
Oh, let me get my Snapchat out.
Yeah,
Let me get my
and that's the goal because that's giving me more free publicity than anything. So when I started in Colorado, we'll go back real quick and I'll explain to you why I know it works. Every meal I was making at first, I was tagging the player. Player could choose to repost it or he could choose not to. But repost, every one of those is free publicity. That's how Eddie found out. And so on and so on and so on. Same thing I did when I got here. People that I knew and well already would tag them. They repost it. You know,
Got Mello on there. Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like he's seen the vision from the beginning. That's what was so cool about it. He understood that a student athlete thought more than just playing basketball and spending money. You know, I'm not saying he didn't spend money, but he had a backup plan.
Yeah.
Every player doing something that's getting a bag of some sort should think of a backup plan of some sort because tomorrow's never promised. And most players are doing this for their family. Why would you not secure something while you have the money?
Yeah, it's that delayed gratification. That's a tough thing. I think of even teaching my kids, you know, every aspect of life, but especially financially, right? Putting money away, especially in your early 20s.
Yes, it's the best time to do it.
Because it's like, think about what can happen over 10, 20, 30, 40 years when you're just getting to retirement age.
Exactly. Which that's the other problem with the world. Why are we all trying to work till retirement?
Yeah, good point. I always say that too.
That's crazy to me. So my goal is not to work, not even half as hard as I'm working now by 45. That's the goal.
But then also like to have the balance of continuing to do something. So if you are 70 and enjoy it, you can still make money from it. Why not?
Yeah, that's okay.
But do you ever want to just stop completely? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever just want to not do anything.
Not do nothing, but I don't want to have to wake up every day and have to do something, or every 5 days a week to get up to do something.
It'll be nice when you don't have to do it, but you choose to.
But you choose to, exactly. That's what I mean by having some kind of independency. Like, we didn't come on this earth to go to school and then to work and then to die. And that just sounds lame. Where was the fun? Yeah, I know you did it in between, but you still had to get up consistently 5 days a week throughout that, unless you just weren't doing nothing, being lazy, which that's cool, I guess. But you know what I mean? Yeah. It's okay. Teach his own. But I can't see myself just working at 60, like a 9 to 5. It sounds crazy to me. And I don't know how people accept it.
I feel like people are becoming more aware.
Yes, I do agree.
You know, the generation before, it was like kind of just what you did.
Yes.
There wasn't really another option, right? You had to do this. You had to get your home. You had to start your family. You worked till you're 65. You collect your pension or your 401k, whatever it was.
But are enough people changing their minds is the question.
I know, because then you also look at the numbers. A lot of people are in less financial or more financial stress and in more debt. And so it's like, it's getting harder and harder to do that.
Yeah.
But you just got to be smart and you got to start early.
Definitely got to be smart.
Or start now, you know, whatever.
Right now, today.
Just, exactly. Even if you're not, even if you're not young, it's still better to start today than it is. There's no better time to start it, I guess.
Yeah.
Antoine, appreciate you coming on, man. I think Syracuse is very fortunate to have someone like you moving to town, starting a great restaurant with number 2 on the way here. Best of luck. And, would love to have you on again, especially once you get number 2 up and running.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thanks,
awesome.
sir.
You bet.